Shalom, friends. Welcome to day 10. Day 10 of the 10-day program. Here we are. This is it. This is our last day. Tomorrow, it's day 11. Tomorrow we are going to wake up, all run down to McDonald's and get a great big burger full of God knows what, toenails and eyeballs and snouts and whatever else they put in this damn thing. Be able to get some genetically modified potatoes on the side, which have been deep fried in genetically modified seed oils, grown in paddocks which have been sprayed consistently with glyphosate, a known carcinogen. And we can wash it all down with a great big bucket full of sugar. How good will that be? We have been doing a Daniel program. If you've done it correctly, and that means only eating vegetables and only drinking water. That's what the Daniel program is all about. It's not a Daniel fast. None of them ever fasted. It's just eating correctly. This is the perfect blueprint for us to have a healthy existence. It's Daniel chapter 1. It's right there. No matter how you look at it, the boys only ate vegetables. They only drank water. And after 10 days, everyone could see the difference. Now, the book doesn't go on to tell us what else happened. I'm suspecting, if I was the chief officer, if I was Nebuchadnezzar's main guy, if I was the one who was put in charge of teaching these boys the culture, that's my job. And he says, if I stuff this up, it's off with my head. So he is under pressure to get his students looking fantastic. He's only got 3 years. He's going to teach these guys the language. They've got to be strong and fit and good looking and everything. After 10 days, if I'm the chief officer, the chief of the eunuchs, if I see these 4 boys, these 4 Hebrew boys that have been brought in from Jerusalem, they're looking better than everyone else, I would be telling everyone else, from now on, we are all eating vegetables and we are all drinking water. No more wine, no more flesh, it's gone. Because when I present you to Nebuchadnezzar, I'm going to be promoted. All right? That's what I'd be doing. But the Bible doesn't say that, so I'm just speculating. Now, if you've done this program correctly, as I said, that is vegetables only, not replacing, all right, you've given up meat for 10 days, well done, good on you, that's fantastic, but don't replace it with some other junk. Don't replace it with packets of chips, right? Packets of potato crisps, claiming that this is a vegetable. No, we are eating life. We are eating zeroa, things that grow from the ground. A packet of chips that you buy in a plastic thing is product. It's ingredients. There are all sorts of artificial things in there which don't belong. They're never in the Garden of Eden, never in Genesis 1:29. Don't belong in here either. So if we've done this program correctly, you will have noticed a change. You will have felt healthier. You will know. You'll feel brighter. You'll have more clarity. You'll feel stronger. And other people will say to you that you look better. They will say it. It's guaranteed. This is the guaranteed results of a 10-day Daniel program. What the church does, they do 10-day fasting for church growth, or they do it for whatever purpose. They do a 10-day fast, right? And after the 10 days, they go straight back to what they were doing beforehand. There's no benefit in that whatsoever. None. Nothing. And it's not biblical. This is not what they did. They ate, but they ate vegetables. And I'm going to put it to you that they were eating vegetables back in Jerusalem. This was not a new diet for them. It was only that they knew what happened in Babylon. The diet's different, and they've said, look, we have been eating a plant-based diet since the day we were born. I'm not about to change it now. So it's possible that the other guys were all plant-based eaters, and they came into Babylon and started gorging themselves with the king's food. So maybe Daniel and the boys didn't necessarily look better. They looked the same as they always did, but the other guys looked worse. Whatever way you look at it, a plant-based meal, according to the Word of God, is better for your health, better for your mental clarity, better in every way. That's why it is the Genesis 1:29 diet, the Garden of Eden diet. And it will be the renewed heaven and the new earth and the new Jerusalem. It'll be the diet in the kingdom. No doubt about that. Because why? It's perfect. When I come on here and talk about roasting pumpkin with the skins on, because the skins contain high levels of beta-carotene, God did that. He's the one who put the beta-carotene in the skins. He's the one who puts antioxidants in the berries. He's the one who puts vitamin C and vitamin K in green vegetables. He does that because it's his diet. You can't do this 10-day program and not feel more alive at the end of it. So, what are you going to do tomorrow? Are you going to fire up that barbecue and get that dead animal back on there? Why would you do that? Are you going to say, well, this has changed my life, you're right, the program is good, the program is good, I'm a new creation now, I've lost 3 kilos, I'm feeling better, people have told me I look better, I agree, but I still like the taste of my meat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to eating meat, and then every 3 months I'll do a 10-day Daniel program. You are kidding yourself. You are kidding yourself. Anyway, if you've got this far and you've completed the program, well done. And by the way, it's not just the meat eaters, it's also for the vegans out there who are eating vegan products full of 20 different ingredients, artificial colours, artificial flavours, artificial sweeteners, thickeners, gelling agents, binding agents, this, that, emulsifiers, different numbers. No, it's not food either. None of that is in Eden either. None of it. That's also rubbish. And so when you're doing this, the reason you're feeling better is because you've stopped eating that stuff as well. You're still eating your vegetables and you're still drinking your water. And if anyone has any questions, such as, where do I get my protein from? Or what am I going to eat? Or what about my blood sugar levels? Or what about this? Or if you have any questions at all, every piece of information in the world is available at your fingertips. How long do you spend watching things on YouTube? Why don't you watch other things on YouTube? There's a guy, I've forgotten his name, but he has a channel. He's a raw vegan chef. So he puts together these amazing meals. It's all raw. It's all fruit and vegetables raw. It's amazing. I've watched documentaries about the Rastafarians who eat raw, and they are all ripped. They're like 70 years old and they're all ripped. They are muscular and they are thin and they are fit and they are healthy because of their diet. Nothing else, because of their diet. And so this 10-day program is a precursor to the rest of your life. And for me, I've got to be honest, look, I wanted to put this program together as the truth of what Daniel and the boys did. They did a 10-day program, but it wasn't a 10-day program for them. It was their whole life. They just said to the chief officer, please test us for 10 days. Test us for 10 days. They lived this life forever. The church have taken this and called it a 10-day Daniel fast, and they've just dumbed it down completely. So I wanted to put together a program like this, where I would come on and I would preach a little bit and do some verses, and I'd talk about different things and the benefits of this food and the benefits of that food, and have everyone feeling healthier and losing weight and looking better after the 10 days. I wanted to do this, to have this on my channel for people to look at today, next year, 5 years' time, whatever. I actually didn't think it was going to impact me personally as much as it has, but my goodness, it has. It has changed my life forever. And so, no, I'm not going to go to Big Mac tomorrow. I'm not going to go to KFC tomorrow. I am going to be living this sort of lifestyle forever until I'm 120. And when I'm on top of the mountain with my GoPro, I'm going to say, told ya. So, this is it. This is the last time you'll see me on a daily basis. I'm going to come back on Sabbath, on Saturday, and do a review of the program. Before I forget, please consider donating to that orphanage in Kenya. There is a link in the description of the video. The cost of a Big Mac meal per day for 10 days. That is 10 Big Mac meals that you can feed 10 adult human beings. They'll be hungry again in 2 hours after they've finished it, and they'll be sicker. That same money will feed 450 children in Kenya. This is a spiritual warfare thing. The devil does not want you to do this. Satan does not want you to do this. You need the money. Pay your bills. No, do it. Please, I'm begging you, do it. It's very, very powerful for your spiritual walk. Very powerful. Okay, so Jesus said to Thomas, I am the way and the truth and the life. Nobody comes to the Father but by me. Nobody comes to the Father but by the way, the truth, and the life. The way is righteousness and justice. What a horrible lie it is to suggest that our works have nothing to do with our salvation. What a horrible lie that is. Who taught you that? Certainly not Jesus. He says in Matthew 25:31-46 that we will enter the fires of hell unless we do the works. So who taught you that our righteous works have nothing to do with our salvation? Who taught you that it was a dirty thing to think that our righteous acts are going to help at all? That's what our whole life is all about. That is the way. That is the way. Righteousness and justice. The truth is authority over death. The truth is authority over death. It doesn't mean we never die. It means that death is not the end for us. The Sadducees believed that was it. The Sadducees didn't believe in anything after death. But we know it's not the end. There is no end. There are only new beginnings. So the truth is authority over death. So what about life? Deuteronomy 30:15-19 says, See, I have set before you today life and good, death and evil. If you obey the commandments of the Lord your God that I command you today by loving the Lord your God, by walking in his ways, and by keeping his commandments and his statutes and his rules, then you shall live and multiply, and the Lord your God will bless you in the land that you are entering to take possession of it. But if your heart turns away, and you will not hear, but are drawn away to worship other gods and serve them, I declare to you today that you shall surely perish. You shall not live long in the land that you are going over the Jordan to enter and possess. I call heaven and earth to witness against you today that I have set before you life and death, blessing and curse. Therefore, choose life, that you may live. Interesting that life and blessings go together, and death and curses go together. There are two paths God has set before us. There is a choice that we have to make. The choice is between life and good or death and evil. If you choose life, you shall live. If you choose death, you shall perish. It is a choice. I believe this also refers to what is on our plate. Genesis 1:29, Zeroah, things that grow out of the ground, is life, and it is good. All of the science backs it up. All nutritionists, all dietitians back it up. The blue zones that I told you to look at, bluezones.com. The blue zones, where everyone's living to over 100, being very, very healthy. 95 to 100% plant-based diets. What we are eating in this program is life, and it's good. Eating an animal that has been killed is eating death, and it is evil. It is partaking in evil. Thou shalt not murder. Lo tertzak. It means thou shalt not murder. And it means anything. Everything that God has breathed the Ruach HaKodesh into is life, my friends. We are not allowed to take that life away. We're just not allowed. That is evil. And if we eat it, my goodness, and it still makes you sick, surely that would give you enough information to say, you know what? If I eat, I have to cook this thing at a certain temperature, otherwise it could make me very, very sick. And then even if I consume this in big proportions, I'm going to end up being fat and sick and dependent on medicine for the rest of my life. That's death and evil. It's your choice. This is life and good. The Didache. Now, if you haven't read the Didache, I highly suggest you should read the Didache. This is an authentic document. An authentic document. It is also known as the Teaching of the 12. It starts by saying, There are two paths, one of life and the other of death, and a great distance between the two. This is the teaching of the 12 disciples of Jesus. And they are saying exactly what Deuteronomy said. I set before you two paths. One is a path of life, health, goodness, righteousness, mercy, justice, truth, and the other path is evil, wickedness, darkness, demonic. You choose. So today we're talking about life. The Hebrew word for life is chay. You may have heard of that before. Chay. It is spelt chet yod. Chet yod. It's pronounced chai. Chai. It means life. Now here's something interesting. Adam's wife, we call her Eve. Her name is spelt chet vav he. It's pronounced Hua. It's pronounced Hua. She was called Hua because she is the mother of all life. So in life we have the Yod, and in Hua we have the Vav He. The name, the sacred name, the four-letter name of God is Yod He Vav He. Yod He Vav He. Chay is Het Yod. Hua is Het Vav He. Such a close connection right there. She's the mother of all Chay. God is a God of life. David says of Goliath, who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God, El Chay? Psalm 42:2 says, my soul thirsts for God, the living God, El Chay. Jeremiah 10:10 says, but the Lord is the true God. He is the living God, El Chay. John 1:4-5 says, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shines in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. What does that mean? In him was life. Isn't life in all of us? If we are breathing, that's life, isn't it? Well, the life is the light of men which shines in darkness. Jesus says, I am the way and the truth and the life. Everything he did, everything he said, everything he taught was righteousness and justice. He had authority over death, and he was the light of men. His words and his actions brought light into a dark world that couldn't comprehend it. They hid from that light because they preferred the darkness. They preferred to walk on the path of death and evil. We prefer to walk on the path of life, health, longevity, a light to the world, running to the light, not hiding from it. Praise God. Well, for those of you who have joined me, thank you so much. For those of you who are doing this program, thank you so much. If you are doing this program in the future, next year, whatever, 2 years' time, leave a comment. Let me know how you're going. Because if other people see the comments, they will know. It's encouraging to them as well. I know that the some of the comments that I've read so far and the person that I spoke to on the phone have all said they feel better and they are so grateful for this program, and it's something that they want to continue to do. This is a good thing. This can only be better health for you. Healthy for you. You need to have the authority over your taste. By the way, how is the contrast therapy going? I guarantee no one's doing it. I know no one's doing it. But look, do some research. Check it out yourself. Contrast therapy, cold water therapy, cold plunges, hot and cold shock treatment, whatever you want to call it. It is fantastic. We went swimming today in the Southern Ocean, my wife and I, about 15 degrees in the water. But it brings you, it's such a good thing. You just feel like whatever is wrong with your body has been just cured like that. Fantastic. These things you don't have to do. The videos I ask you to watch, you don't have to watch them. It's not about that. The main thing is you do the 10-day program and you will experience health in your own body. You will know. You will know that this is the way, the truth, and the life. Daniel and the boys did it, proved it to the world. It's still in the Bible today. There was no need to split the sea. There was no need to call down fire from heaven or anything like that. It was just a simple, let me show you what nutrition and health is all about. And you'll see, even in only 10 days, you will know the difference. This is how bad eating death is. It only takes 10 days to completely reverse everything. So praise Yah, I am going to turn this camera off and I'll be back in about 3 days with a wrap up and a review of the program. And that will be on my channel on Saturday morning, Sydney time. So until then, thank you so much. Please don't forget to donate to the orphanage in Kenya. And God bless you all. Shalom.